This how God works. Play my position, what is given with no concerns. Set it out. Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it out.
Your dreams are just your neighbors, they're close by and peering in. Spring is a whisper of unspoken promise. Pop plays piano with lucky pennies in his pocket. Strength is what comes when you know your weakness, and it's cool to like what you like if you honestly like it. Sometimes it's hard to remember all the love that surrounds you all the time, and it's easy to forget all the people in your corner who honestly love it when you speak your mind, and all the reasons to show your teeth, and all of the friends you have yet to meet, and the book on your shelf you know you'll never read. There's an on-purposeness to most things. Ooh, and your heart keeps beating. It's true, even the sky has to cry sometimes. But today I'm gonna focus on what's going right, and the future isn't here yet, so I'll go outside to remember why I'm here, to breathe and to be real. Just say what I feel like saying, to do what I feel like doing, to love who I feel like loving. Ooh, and my heart keeps beating. It's true, even the sky has to cry sometimes. Ooh, 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 yeah, my heart keeps beating. I'll be alright. My dreams are all my neighbors, they're close by and peering in.
What up, y'all? Okay, first off, I am not Sita Latour. That was Sita Latour, though, with just some amazingness that I saw scrolling on the timeline the other day. Thought I'd share that with y'all. I am Andrew Defy, a.k.a. the Gorilla Poet Laureate, a.k.a. the Hoodie God, a.k.a. Spittin' Quarantino, a.k.a. I wear these sunglasses inside all the time because my eyes are as sensitive as my heart is, y'all, and y'all see these lights. You see these lights all up in my eyes right now. So I got light sensitivity. So my eyes will just start leaking in the middle of things, and it looks like I'm crying, okay? It's like not fun at rap shows, probably not fun on a live stream. Man, it is another beautiful day here in Sacramento, California. How y'all feeling? As per always, you can share, you can like, you can comment at any time in this here live stream. We are just working to cultivate joy, and the first step of cultivating that joy and getting to where we want to be every day is assessing where we are. So I'm gonna ask y'all, like I do every day at this time, what's your number?
This how God works. Play my position, what is given with no concerns. Set it out. Top Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it out.
What's your number on a scale of 1 to 10? How you feeling today? You know what I mean? I would say I'm checking in today at probably like an 8.5. You know what I mean? It was hard to get out of bed today. I was up a little late, so I'm still like getting my energy right. Got the joy juice right here that I almost just knocked all over everything because I still haven't learned my lesson. But hey, cheers. So how you feeling? We do this so that you know where you're at, because that's the only way you know where you're trying to get to. You know what I mean? It helps if you're at a 1, you just need to get to a 2. It's a long jump from a 1 to a 10. I don't know that really ever happens in life unless someone just like randomly picks you up, kidnaps you, takes you to Disney World, and then feeds you all the churros. You know what I mean? And even then, like, the stomach ache that ensues, probably not the best. You know what I mean? So what's your number? How you feeling today? Check in. Like I said, I'm at an 8.5 and rising. StreamYard's also having a little bit of problems right now, so I can't see exactly who's in the feed or how many folks are in the feed right now. So, you know, if you're out there, tap in. If you're not, that's okay too, because the purpose of this is kind of documenting. You know what I mean? This is all kind of a social experiment in joy and in gratitude. I'm working on this book, so, you know, I'll keep doing this live stream until this book is finished and I can get you a copy. So, yeah, that concludes What's Your Number? Let me touch down with the great joy hint today.
This how God works. Play my position, what is given with no concerns. Set it out. Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it out.
And this is like, man, mainly like what I was so excited to jump on today. I'm glad I had that video of Seetsa's to play to start off with, because that one line of "and my heart keeps beating," right? So I titled this episode, I think, focus on yourself. No, not like that. Because I was talking to someone yesterday, and let me get a little background music for what I'm trying to do here. So I talked to someone yesterday, and I was talking to them about, you know, just our favorite and least favorite things about ourselves, right? And what I realized, what up, Maddie? All right, so I'm gonna do this experiment with y'all real quick. If you're on the live stream or if you're watching this whenever, right? What is your least favorite thing about yourself? How long did it take you? How long did it take you to think of your least favorite thing about yourself? Now, what is your most favorite thing about yourself? Bet one took longer than the other, right? If you're anything like me, it took you a lot longer to find your favorite things about yourself than it did to find your least favorite things about yourself, right? Like, that's what I noticed. You know, it was so spontaneous. Like, I have it ready to go, locked and loaded. You asked me what my least favorite thing about myself was. Now, you asked me what my favorite thing about myself was. It's going to take me a minute. I'm going to think about it, right? Like, that's the So just this idea, like, that's a conditioning. You know what I'm saying? That's like a man, Cha-Cha, you killing me right now. Got them all. So were those easier to come up with than your least favorite thing about yourself? Like, I feel like this is all programming. You know what I mean? I know for myself, a lot of y'all don't know my whole story. You know what I mean? I was born without stomach muscles. It's a wild condition called prune belly syndrome. And for me, I hated my body for so long, right? Like, from a youngin'. So this narrative had been built up, you know, that I didn't like any of myself. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. This narrative that takes years, right? Like, because we'll tell ourselves every day, I don't like this about myself. I don't like this about myself. I don't like this about myself, right? But how often throughout the day are we like, yo, that's really dope about me. I really like my eyes. I really like my empathy. I really got a dope sense of humor. I'm a really good friend. I'm really caring. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just this idea that we, it's where you focus. Right? Like, we do focus on ourselves a lot, but we focus on things that we don't like about ourselves constantly. And we tell ourselves what there is not to like about us constantly. Right? But we don't put half that effort into telling ourselves what it is that we love about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? So just this idea of like how ingrained it is that folks don't, you know, like we aren't taught to love ourselves. You know what I mean? Society puts all of these things up that's like, you are not enough. You are not enough of this. You are not enough of this. You know what I'm saying? So we really, it's on us to like really take that time and to really love ourselves. You know what I mean? And I think you bring up a really good point, Maddie, that like, it's, if we're focused on where we're not yet, then it's really hard for us to see like where we are. You know what I mean? And sometimes, like, you know, on a journey like that, you know, halfway through the journey, like, yeah, you're not to exactly where you want to be yet, but you so much far. If you think about when you started this journey, you wanted to be here so bad. You know what I'm saying? And then we get here and we be like, but I'm not there yet. Right? So it's like this idea of like staying present and finding things in the moment to be really thankful for and to be grateful for, and to just be gentle with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, so with me, you know, I realized like how much I had always just like held this hatred for my own body. You know what I mean? Like, why did I have to be born like this? Why do I have to go through all of this? Why do I have this condition? Why do I have to suffer in a way that other people don't have to suffer? Right? Like, but then like, I was thinking about it this morning and like, yo, like, my body's a miracle, y'all. Like, you know, so there's two very different ways of looking at this. Like, you know, I could look at it and be like, yo, I didn't, you know, I don't have the stomach muscles. I don't have a physique like everyone else. I got to work really hard to keep my core together. I face a lot of struggles that most people don't face because of it. But I also, like, on my side, I look at like, yo, like they said I wasn't supposed to live, period. Then they said I wasn't supposed to walk. Then they said I wasn't supposed to live past 15. When I was 16, they told me that. Like, so there's a lot of things that I can be super excited about, right? Like, y'all will notice, you don't hear me say the words immunocompromised. I am, but I will never describe myself as that. Y'all hear me all the time say I got the special edition immune system, because that's how I talk to myself. I can't be out here telling myself that I'm less than, or that I'm not whole, that I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm perfect as the Creator made me. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, just this idea of focusing and intentionally focusing on that which we love about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a sociology major, and it's hard out here as a trans man, but even for anyone with a disability or a disorder, society makes you put yourself down about things you can't control. Yo, super, super real, especially as a trans man, or someone with a disability or disorder. But I think even just for everybody, like, you know, society, there's so much of like selling you things that is based on making you feel like you're not enough. You know, you're not enough of this, or you're not enough of that. And they win. They can sell us things when we don't feel like we're enough. You know what I mean? Like, they can sell us ideas when we don't think that we're enough. So, you know, just this idea that you got to be the one to tell you that you're enough, right? You got to be the one to make sure you know that you're enough. it's cool when we got like partners in life, or we got like, a relationship in life, or parents in life, or whatever in life. But those things aren't to be depended on for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you literally have to be the one to tell yourself that you are enough, and that's a practice, not a perfect, just like everything else we talk about, right? So it's, for me, that means getting up every day and addressing my body as a miracle and not as a disability, right? Like, I've never thought of myself as disabled. Do I qualify? Could I have a placard? Yeah, absolutely. But I've never thought of myself that way, and I don't talk to myself that way because I listen to what I say about me. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it wasn't anything that I don't want to be disabled, right? Like, I love a lot of people who have disabilities, but for me, I know that if I start using that word to discuss myself, that my cells listen to it, and it takes a little bit of power away from me. So that's it, man. Just being gentle with yourself and focusing on intentionally focusing on what you love about yourself. You know what I mean? Finding those good things. That's why it's called the joy hunt and not the joy stumble. You know what I mean? Finding those things. Sometimes you got to hunt and you got to dig for those things that like make you happy about you. You know what I mean? Like, the joy is an inside job. Joy comes from within. So, this idea of, we got to hunt for what we love about us. We can't wait for someone else to tell us what they love about us. It's great when other people reflect it back to us, right? But I got lost for a long time in my life where I loved what other people loved about me. I didn't love myself. I loved what other people loved about me. Oh, these people are really dope and they love this about me, so I love that, right? And that's very different than waking up and being like, yo, I love myself. I love this body. This is a miraculous body, right? Like, it may not be where I want it to be yet, but it's on this path. It's making this journey. You know what I mean? Like, we traveling together and we here. I think about it like if you're going through the desert on like a camel or something, right? A horse. Either way, I prefer a camel when I'm traveling through the desert. If I'm hella mean to my camel, like, it's number one, it's not going to enjoy the journey. Number two, it might dip out whenever it gets the chance on me. You know what I mean? So you got to be nice to that which you are riding through life on. And in this case, this is our bodies, you know what I'm saying? And our minds, our spirits. So it's about you being gentle with you and focusing on you, but not focusing on those negative parts, because, that little exercise will show you how quick we are to focus on our negatives. And that's as within, so without. You know what I mean? That's when our pattern is to focus on the negative, we see it in other people just as quick as we see it in ourselves. You know what I mean? So this whole, it's a practice to flip that around and start looking for the positive things, right? In others as well as ourselves. I don't know which one's easier and which one's harder. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like one's easier, and sometimes I feel like the other's easier as far as yourself versus others. But yeah, that's the deal for today. That's the great joy hunt. I just wanted to bring that up and run that little exercise with y'all. That like, yo, we think negatively about ourselves a lot of time, and it's real easy for us to like, yo, this is the thing that I don't like about myself. I could find that in 3 seconds. But if you ask me what I love about myself, it takes a little bit longer and I have to think a little bit deeper. So I'm trying to switch that around where, like, this time next year, you'd be like, what don't you like about yourself? And I'll be like, I don't know. All right, y'all, down to the meat and potatoes. Where's your joy at?
This how God works. Play my position, what is given with no concerns. Set it off. Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it off.
Well, that's wild. StreamYard just dipped out for a second. You know what I mean? We overloaded it with a little too much little too much love. It's okay, StreamYard. Think about what you love about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be all right. So yeah, this is Where's Your Joy At? This is where we cultivate joy through gratitude. So, where is your joy coming from this morning? You know what I'm saying? What are you thankful for? What's the source of your joy? You know what I mean? I've been doing I'm doing a lot of work on writing this book, and it's just bringing me such a deeper understanding of like what joy is and how we get to joy. So I'm super thankful for that. Leave your joy in the comments. You know what I'm saying? We a little light on viewers today. I think that has to do with StreamYard not having the reach that it normally does. Either that or we're not as low on the viewers as it looks on my end, and StreamYard's just tripping. In either case, I'm still thankful for you, StreamYard. I love you and you can't do shit about it, StreamYard. You know, one of the other things that I've really been thinking about that I keep going back to that I'm so thankful for and it's bringing me so much joy is the permanence of this as a medium, right? This live stream. You know, I just talked about it a little bit. You know what I mean? It's no secret that I have this like wild medical condition, and it's been trying to take me out from jump for 35 years now. You know what I mean? So every day in my life is a blessing that I'm very thankful for, and you know, an extra gift. You know what I mean? I wasn't supposed to make it this far. So for me, it's really dope being able to do these live streams, because I just keep thinking about, like, you know, after I'm gone, like folks will be able to tune back into these and hear me saying this and hear me talking to them and hear me telling them that I love them and doing this joy hunt work. So that's been bringing me a lot of joy on the back end of doing all this work. And just the idea, you know, that's part of being an artist that's always really appealed to me, was being able to live on past, you know, my own physical existence. You know, I think about, you know, my elder played with the Wailers, and a lot of them are gone now from the physical, but how many of us listen to that music to get through every day? You know what I mean? So, you know, it's just so beautiful to really think about being able to leave, you know, music and broadcasts and conversations and books and poetry and all of these things, and just kind of put that energy into the world and have it just resonate, you know, long after you're gone. So just something I've been really thinking about. You know, I was really thinking about that listening back to Paul Willis, the broadcast that we did with Paul and Zeus, and just like, you know, my family will be able to like go back and listen, and just know how I felt about them, and it was documented heavy. So that's where a lot of my joy is coming from right now. I'm going to clean my house heavy today. Like, that's like what's on my agenda. I've had all kinds of other things on my agenda this week. So today I'm going to spend some time cleaning my house, cleaning my abode. So that's where my joy is coming from. Where is your joy coming from today? What's the source of your joy? What are you grateful for? What are you thankful for? You know, I'm about to say the juice. Damn, I got that recipe down. If you are just starting juicing, let me tell you, I'm going to tell you like Anand Parmar told me. Bananas, bruh. Bananas the key to the consistency. Frozen berries are the key to the deliciousness. You know what I'm saying? Tell me where your joy is at. I see y'all jumping in on the live stream. Where's your joy at? My joy is coming from the music I'm blasting today, listening to old Motown music and grooving while I watch my friends spread joy and love. You are part of my joy during this pandemic, and it's been such a nice surprise. Yo, sames. And like, let's talk about that Motown music for a minute. Like, there is something in that Motown, like, even just number one, there's a lot of tambourine. I find you cannot be super sad while there's a tambourine playing. It's just a thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, and there's something about those drums. There's something about that rhythm. Like Motown really like there's some frequency in there somewhere that like has not been touched since. The closest thing I think about some of these, there's a band called Skin Shape that I really love that kind of have that like feel to it. It's a little slower and more sultry than Motown is, but it has that same kind of vibe. A lot of tambourine. When I made the Frequency album, I actually put a lot of those songs started with bass and tambourine, and Motown drums, honestly. So yeah, no, it definitely does. It does make you want to smile and dance. That's part of what Motown does. Yeah, man. Where's your joy coming from this morning? If you're on a live stream and you have not chimed in yet, part of my joy is that young Mads was on here. Young Maddie Medeiros. I don't know, Maddie, since Maddie was born. So really dope to watch Maddie grow up and just navigate this world. You know what I'm saying? Wenso and the Shakes is so good too. All right. You giving me my house cleaning soundtrack right now. Also got a little gig coming up on Friday. That's going to be a lot of fun. Performing some poetry with a legend out here, Bob Stanley, and Straight Out Scribes, and a bunch of other amazing poets. And we were given art pieces to write poems to go with. So that was kind of just an altogether an interesting process. So I'm super excited about that. Super grateful for the opportunity. Again, just to even be like held in the same regard as people like Bob Stanley and Straight Out Scribes and just the OGs of the poetry scene out here. Working on an article about young Alexandra Quint, who is our co-poet laureate, who's also a finalist in the National Poet Laureate competition. So I'm super excited about that. Where's your joy coming from today, y'all? Chime in the comments. Leave it in the comments. What are you grateful for? Where's your joy coming from? What's the source of your joy this morning? Oh my God, that's good juice. All right, well, I mean, I'm coming up on a half an hour here. And if nobody else wants to chime in with their joy, you could just hit me with it in the DMs like y'all do anyways all day. I love it. I do get a lot of like messages throughout the day that are like, yo, I was thinking about that thing you said, or yo, my joy today came from this. People send me snapshots of their joy, their dogs, their cats, their kids. It's dope. I love it. So I am going to go enjoy the sunshine. You know, it does look like there's some nice sunshine outside today. So, you know, make sure you go get you some of that vitamin D. I am going to clean my house, and then I'm going to do a little bit of writing on this joy hunt, I believe. Yeah, man. Exciting things. Make sure that you are gentle with yourself today. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you take a little bit of time to think about and list out, maybe even write down what some of those things are that you love about you. You know what I'm saying? It's important, y'all. It's important that we take stock of these things constantly, that we focus on these things. Where you focus is where you go. You know what I mean? You ever been sitting in the car and you're in a lane of traffic and you start looking over at the side of the road, and then all of a sudden what happens? You start veering, right? So where you focus is where you go. So, you know, be mindful of your focus, right? I'm saying also, you know what I'm saying? If you got any of them good alien related TikToks, just shoot them over. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to learn as much as possible. I rock with the aliens. They be rocking with me. So let me know. All right, y'all. That's going to do it for today's episode of The Great Joy Hunt. Be gentle with yourself. Watch your focus. Focus on the things you love about yourself. And, man, as per always, I'm Andrew Defy. And I love you. And you can't do shit about it.
This how God works. Play my position, what is given with no concerns. Go, 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 go. Set it off. Top of the morning, I'm gonna set it off.